Most people will never know who they really are because they quit when it hurts. The truth is, pain is the truest mirror you'll ever look into. If you want to meet the real you, step into the suffering. David Goggins built his life on one principle. Suffering isn't the enemy. Comfort is.
There was no growth until I cut myself down to nothing, to the person I really was, the real human being. And once I found out who I really was, that's when I started growing. I was trying to build on top of a lied, fucked up foundation.
Every scar, every mile, every sleepless night, it wasn't punishment. It was freedom. The path to the hardest version of yourself. You don't grow when it's easy. You grow when you're bleeding, when your lungs are on fire, when your mind is screaming to stop. That's the signal. That's the invitation. Goggins calls it callousing the mind. The more pain you endure, the tougher your armor becomes. Most people run from it. He runs into it. That's why he's unbreakable.
This is a race against David Goggins and David Goggins alone. And once you can silence all that bullshit, all the outside interference and things that are attracting your mind to everything, you can then start to grow. You can't build a house on the foundation. So I had to get down to the actual mineral soil of who I was, and that's when you can start real growth.
Here's the lie your mind tells you. You're done. But when you think you're finished, you've only given 40%, that's all. You've still got 60% locked inside you. And the only way to unlock it is to suffer longer than you think you can. That's the Goggins rule. That's where you find out if you're average or unstoppable.
I believe that most human beings are only living at about 40% of their capability. We have a factory, a nice governor in our brain, and it's a survival mechanism. It protects us from pain and suffering. The second we feel that shit, our mind says, oh no, this isn't fun. We should back off. At all times of your life, the mind has a tactical advantage over you. Why is that? It knows what you're afraid of. It knows your insecurities. It knows your deep, dark lies. It pushes you in a direction that is comfortable. I realized that my mind kept taking me in this direction when things got uncomfortable for me, when I was facing my insecurities, I was facing my fears. My mind said, oh no, we have the tactical advantage. We need to get you, separate you from this feeling. We want the happy feeling. We don't want that feeling of this sucks. Why am I here? And you don't have any, so you can't answer those questions, so you leave. If in that moment, you can answer those fucked up questions and you are now in charge of your brain versus your brain ruling you, that's where all that stuff comes from. So the 40% rule is all of that. You get to 40%, your brain says, we're done. Let's roll, man. This is starting to get painful. This is uncomfortable. Get to the spot where your mind is saying stop. Wherever that is, you gotta get there first. And then that's when that shit starts to work for you. You gotta control yourself in that moment.
Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't ask permission. You either own your life or your excuses own you.
If you have any fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do it but still do it, if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. That's what people don't understand. By me running, I am callousing my mind. I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life.
Discipline is the difference between the man you are and the man you could be. So here's the truth for you. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody's handing you strength. You want respect? Earn it. You want freedom? Bleed for it. The hardest version of you is waiting on the other side of suffering. The question is, will you quit at 40%? Or will you find out who you really are? Every morning, every rep, every step, it's not about winning against the world. It's about winning against the coward inside you. The voice that says, not today. You silence it by taking one more step, and then another, and then another. That's how you build an unbreakable mind. This is your life. This is your battle. And the fight doesn't end until you do. So get after it.